It's another episode, and today we are welcomed by the fantastic Victor and Dani.
Let's
Yay!
go!
Woo!
Yay!
Oh,
This way.
What are you pointing at? What are you pointing at? What are you trying to
my
point
bad.
So
Not used to
today
this.
we've kind of brought you in as like a check-in, see how you're doing on the challenge, see how you're finding it. Any thoughts, progress, things you want to share with people?
Wonderful.
Sounds good.
Great.
Thanks for inviting us. Pleasure to chat with you guys.
Hey, let's go. Guys, do you want to like introduce yourself, I guess? What you doing? What do you do? Why are you here? And why not?
You first, Victor, please.
Go ahead, Dani.
Oh, frick you. Okay, my name is Daniel, and I am a senior 3D journalist in the industry. I am a journalist all over, and I handle all sorts of aspects of development, but I have a specialization in character art. So I do a lot of character sculpting, character presentation. A lot of times I try to work this kind of knowledge as a journalist into my presentations. So typically like VFX, animations, that kind of stuff comes into my work. But I'm all over the place. You'll kind
You're
of get
almost
that
known.
vibe as we talk more.
Yeah, for like the animations and like really like clicky clacky VFX in your presentations.
So I'm told. I don't get the
Clicky-clacky.
vibe. I just do stuff that looks cool, but people are like, "Yeah, that's a Daniel thing." So
Yeah,
apparently
it's like a
there's-
signature. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
Now, Victor.
Mr. Gluco, yourself.
That was awesome, by the way. I don't think I can do it that good. Hi, I'm Victor Blufko for the cooler ones, and
Yes, sir.
I'm a character artist. I currently work at Gravity Well. Previously, I was on Apex, and that's about it. I like sculpting, so thank you for having me or whatever.
And you're damn good at it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you guys both do
Classic
3D.
idiot.
This is epic.
Yes,
This is a 3D challenge, is it not?
dimensions.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, something. I think everyone's 3D. No, I feel like we're taking the crazy
You know,
pills.
hey, the people watching might not know. You know what I mean?
Do you guys want to retake this? Shall we go again?
No, you don't. Look, here's the thing. You don't want to kill all the energy. Like we're having
I was
conversation.
fine with that.
Much-
Okay.
Let's go.
So you both do 3D, right?
Hey, just in case.
Ladies and gentlemen, your host. Let's go.
3D. Love it.
Should we
Yes,
talk
sir.
about, I guess we can talk about like some of your guys' past work and you know how you're going to bring that flavor into this challenge and what you're hoping to bring.
Whoa.
Is that something? Do you want me to bring up my work and I can share it on my side, or do you want to share it on your side?
We can, yeah. So kind of like
That's a good question.
if you want to like go through some of your favorite pieces, I guess, and what your vision is for this challenge, like based off your last pieces.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay. Victor, you want to go first, or do you want me to take it?
Hell no. I don't even have pieces ready.
Oh,
Where do I
Victor, it's about your philosophy, man.
I think I have philosophy.
Challenge.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay, I'll take it first then.
Please.
And then Do you want me to screen share? And then you
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, I got my stream up. Let me show you some stuff.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm going to talk just kind of briefly about what I wanted to achieve with this challenge and kind of my approach to it. Because a big difference is I use Blender as my primary software for like my modeling, sculpting, like everything I do is in Blender. I have ZBrush and I'm trying to find ways to merge those workflows, but I like Blender a lot. So honestly, this challenge so far has been mostly experimentation on ways to get Blender to behave more like ZBrush, to make it so that I can use techniques that my peers are using, so that I can get presentation look how I want, these sorts of things. The first couple of weeks of the challenge, that's been like the main thing. And in this challenge in general, I want to push my sculpting ability. A lot of my old stuff, even though I'm very proud of the work that I do, a lot of it has a lot of animation, a lot of VFX. It requires like a flavor item to make it stand out. The modeling is not significant or really special in almost any of my pieces, in my opinion.
That's the Daddy animations right here. There you go. Clicky
But
clacky, like Jess says.
recently- Yeah, see, I don't see it. I don't see it's clicky clacky, but I'm glad that you guys think as a flavor. Like that's good
Yeah.
branding right there.
It's like
Perfect.
flipbook almost. Yeah.
Mhm.
A little bit. Okay, I'll give you that. But recently, I've been trying to like get better at the sculpting aspect of my work. There's like an artist named Dylan Ekrin, like many years ago, who reached out to me. And he was asking about my workflows, and he's like a goated sculptor. He's like one of the OG Disney guys, and he was asking about how my work looked good when the sculpts basically were garbage. because and he didn't say it in this kind of like aggressive way, right? He just was genuinely curious because the sculpts aren't exceptional, like truly, they're just sculpts. But I cover that difference with look dev, lighting, animation. Like I create a package, but that means I'm weak in pure sculpting. I'm trying to fix that. So recently, I've been trying to push my like sculpting styles. I'm doing less lighting, and I'm trying to find ways to like close that distance so that I can actually keep up with my peers like Adrian, Victor. Like they're genuinely much better sculptors than me, and I would love to close that gap a little bit, right? And to get closer to that kind of output of quality. So this challenge has been a lot of like that sort of approach. It's basically getting from animation and from like just this quirky flavor element and now unifying this more with quality. And that's kind of what I'm hoping to achieve here.
I mean, that's really interesting. When I look at your work, I definitely feel that where the work kind of stands on its own 2 feet and it looks so unique because of that animation. But it's interesting from you kind of taking a step back that you want to improve it in other ways and then have I guess, a bigger arsenal that's more tailored towards character art and sculpting to make your work seem better.
Well,
And your whole portfolio is such an eye candy, dude. God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love
but
this
see, that's
for
how
you.
it survived. Like presentation and making something, because even like this peach thing, right? This is what got me my last job. There's no individual element of this that is amazing. It is the whole, which is always kind of who I'm going to be because I'm generalist and I love the final outcome. I mean, when we render a 3D sculpture, it becomes 2D. Like that's just a fact. So to me, the final presentation of the 2D image is what's important. But that's not really an excuse to be like weak in other areas, particularly in games. Games require having good, better sculpture because sometimes we assemble our characters at runtime in the game itself. You can't always do the presentation planning how I like to do it when I have full control in a production pipeline. So you need to be able to make your part really good. So I got to cross that gap, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
So for this challenge, I suppose, is your goal to make all of the parts exceptional as well as the whole?
It's not. So, I mean, I can obviously try to say yes, which is very like, idealistic. I want to make every part perfect, like obviously. But I think realistically, I'm wanting to push the sculpture and let the sculpture stand more on its own without as much dressing up. And also because we're doing a group shot at the end, I actually won't be able to control the composition or control the VFX and presentation how I normally would. If I can get my final sculpture to look good in that like group shot where it actually looks decent in someone else's composition, that's really all I'm looking to achieve.
You got this, Dani. It's going to be brilliant.
I hope so, because you're the one. You're pressuring me, Adrian. You're just doing good work and knocking on my door every 2 seconds. It's the reason I'm mainly doing the challenge. Otherwise, I'd be in my cave doing my own thing.
Yeah,
So,
Adrian's here as like our community cheerleader. He just goes and knocks around everyone's doors like, hey, what's your update? You haven't updated in a while. You know, I think you should post something.
That's right. That's right.
Cheerleader with the mob.
Oh, money. Yeah, that's right.
Payment?
A little bit more pressure.
Of
course, no.
But Victor, if you want to go over kind of like your thoughts as well, we'll come back to this kind of stuff later.
Yeah, I guess same question for you, Victor. What kind of things are you bringing from your past work that you're hoping to bring into this challenge or improve, perhaps?
From my past work, I can let me share my screen. Actually, I'll do that.
Oh, a little Victor magic.
Yeah, I took some images from the internet. Okay,
I stole someone's work.
This is the picture from the internet.
It's wait, there's other thing.
Wow, that's so cool, dude. He did this.
Isn't
This is
awesome?
3D.
I just did that. Okay. Okay. Well, to answer the question, I think from my past work, I'd like to say I always take some Lion Decker inspiration, so I think there's going to be some of that. Something I want to explore more into this time, like, is like especially posing and pretty shapes and composition and color. I think those are the things that I have more struggle on because that's not what I usually do on my day-to-day at work. So for this challenge especially, I just collected a bunch of references of Lion Decker, of people getting ready. I drew up a little pose, and using some of my previous work inspired by Lion Decker, or just some inspiration in design and color. I think I want to try to level that up and make just a pretty sculpture. That's kind of the goal. I just want to make some.
Can I have a little zoom in on the raccoon, please, Victor? That looks so good.
Where's the raccoon? This raccoon?
Yes, sir. Oh my
a
god!
ferret, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, especially for this piece, I think it was. I mean, it wasn't a practice specifically for Capcom, but I think it was a practice in just starting from nothing and just writing something. I do think there's some good things about this one. There's some bad things about this one, and especially color, and that's something I want to do better on the Capcom challenge. Just a good
This is
balance
an
of colors
original,
and
dude. Original character looks so cool. I'm jelly.
original.
It's an
Yeah. No,
OC.
you're not. It's an
This
OC.
is how
Like,
this is how you know somebody's good though when they have their own work on their ref board. You
Yeah.
will never find any of my work on my ref board. That's not happening.
No, I didn't. It wasn't on my ref board. I just added it to show it. It wasn't there.
Okay. Just sitting here staring at your own work like, man, this sculpture's so good. Oh my
Dude, I'm
gosh.
good. Holy smoke. I did this, right?
Oh.
So nice. Oh, so can we pick out your pure ref then? Because you have a lot of cool.
I don't
cool
think we
stuff
mentioned it
happening.
actually, but you're doing Pheonix Wright from Ace Attorney, which is I think the main
Yeah,
guy from the game, right?
I think so. Yeah, Pheonix Wright, Ace Attorney, the lawyer guy. Only I
Mhm.
never played the game, never watched any anime from it. I don't know much about it. The reason why I picked it is he looked cool, I guess, and would fit kind of the idea
He's a
I
handsome
had.
guy.
Definitely a
handsome
line
guy.
decker guy, you know. I see it.
Yeah, Lane Decker, 100%, and I think he fits nicely in the thematic. I think it's cool. He's simple enough that I can explore like a interesting composition, but he's also got enough like fan art of him that I can get some inspiration from that as well. So that's cool.
And that hair, though. Ay, 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 ay.
Yeah, that hair
I
is
found the
crazy.
simplicity to be challenging though. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious, like because he's not like I mean, he is iconic, but the reason he's iconic is a couple key things, like his hair and like his suit, these things, right? Like, have you been struggling trying to like interpret this simpler design into something that's like poppy in yours? Like, I'm curious.
Yeah, absolutely. Because every time I wanted to, like I mentioned, I want to do an interesting composition, but it's just there's so little elements to
He's just
play with
man.
because there's just nothing to him. So that's been
Yeah.
tough to just find things to place everywhere. So that I did like go out of my way to find things like in the anime or like in certain shot. Like here he's wearing a necklace, maybe I can use that, but we're not seeing it here. And like here he has a backpack, but it's only in the anime, and he's probably carrying documents in there because he's a lawyer.
Inconsistencies, right?
Yeah, so I'm kind of using the inconsistencies and those things to just fill up the composition. So,
You got
because
like
or else it's very
secret
simple.
weapon here though, because like you're really good at
Which
hair.
is
Like I admire your
Mm.
hair personally. Like I aspire to have my
In
hair
real life,
even remotely to your level.
Damn right.
I don't know if I want the pro in real life, man. But like in sculpture, you're able to like hammer out gestural hair so quickly and it's very natural looking. And I'd say his like key element is his hair, genuinely. So I'm curious if that's something you feel really strong about, or if like you think you're gonna nail it from the concept. Like, what's your plan with the hair? Tell me, what's the secret sauce here?
I think I'm going to struggle with the hair because it's such a weird shape and it feels like it doesn't mix in with gravity, like it just does its own thing.
Can you zoom in on
So
the
I'm
side view? Oh my god.
this one,
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
it's a little
Holy
insane.
smokes, dude.
Let's
It
go.
doesn't feel like hair to me, it feels like metal. So I feel like I'm gonna try and do. I feel like some of the fan artists got it a little more nicer. Like this type of thing is really it's fun.
Mhm.
This is also
Okay.
fun.
Yeah.
You're gonna try to
This too is
humanize
fascinating.
the iconic like anime look, basically. You're gonna try to make it like a
Yeah.
bit more realistic. Okay.
Yeah, a
Mhm.
little more of this, you know.
Oh, that
Like
looks
it's a
really
little
nice.
Yeah.
Like bedhead.
feels a bit
Mhm.
more. Yeah, pretty much feels a little more real, like hair, while still
like metal.
retaining kind of the idea of it. Not like metal. That's right. So
So
yeah.
I got one more question for you, and then I'll stop yapping.
Oh,
But so if he's not wearing his suit and his hair is going to be drastically different, how the frick are we going to know this is the Ace Attorney? Like, what's your plan here? Come on, like we're taking
look,
away his iconic elements. It is man undressed in front of mirror, no? Unless I
you're right.
misunderstand the sketch.
Well, I can put this on my.
Oh
let's
my
go!
god. GG's, guys. I'm out. It was a nice challenge.
No, enhance the hair.
Um,
Come on, enhance. I need to like touch interface on your thing, like zoom,
Yes,
zoom.
yeah. Zoom, 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 zoom. Oh
This
my
is all you
god.
get.
That's all you get. What do you mean?
I think
Enhanced, harvest.
because since especially for the challenge for the final composition, there's not going to be the whole the frame, the flowers, the coat
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
which his coat is pretty iconic to his character. That's what you see everywhere. This stuff.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
but I am hoping that he's recognizable just with his face, his hair, his blue pants, and his tie. And
Mhm.
I've while I was been streaming this character, people are like, "Is that Pheonix Wright?" So that's a good
Because
sign. Maybe he's recognizable, but I'm
I'm
not
getting
sure
them.
what else to add. This is his backpack, legal documents. Maybe here I'm gonna put some elements of like the legal system. I don't know, like they have a balance, whatever that icon that there is.
Mm.
His
Oh, the justice symbol.
necklace, his watch. So yeah, the justice symbol. I'm hoping like maybe with just those tidbits he's recognizable, and just people just know that since this is part of a Capcom challenge, then I think it kind of
Who else can it be?
it tells
Mm.
it kind of
How are you
So
like
I'm
dealing
hoping.
with the likeness of it? Because I know Danny said this is quite a simplified anime-ish character. How are you translating that into like your 3D style of sculpture?
Honestly, right now, not a good face because it, like everyone has been telling me, it looks like a K-pop artist. So that's just, I think I've been told he's too handsome, which for some people that might be a
What a
problem, but I don't know. It's so difficult.
struggle.
For the likeness, I think I'm mixing a lot of inspiration from fan artists that have done their own interpretation of it, but also from the game itself. I'm trying
There's
to
that
do it
viral
more
fold stress,
like.
man.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it like how I usually sculpt faces, but also mixing in the fan art and official art from the game. And hopefully it's gonna be a good result. Right now, not quite happy with it, but I think I'll aim in the direction, and by the end it's gonna.
Dude, it looks so good. What the hell? Sorry.
Thank you.
Got a little bit angry in the chat. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, hopefully by the end it's gonna look like a good balance between how I usually sculpt faces and how the character actually looks and feels. That's what I'm hoping. I hope I get there. But yeah, right now that's what we have. Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be hilarious in the final composition. We're gonna have all these characters like from Street Fighter being like, "Oh, yeah," and you
Yeah.
guys just gonna be like getting ready for the day.
It's a vibe, yeah.
Just slaying.
It's nice. It's nice to see like a redesign in a way because I think for someone like you with where everyone's kind of watching and has a lot of admiration for your sculptural skills, it's kind of nice to see how you approach something different and it's not quite like a recreation of a concept in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be fun. Cause yeah, character itself, it would have been very boring. So I hope I can add some more to it.
Was
I
this
don't
your
know.
first choice of character?
I think honestly, I was looking at Devil May Cry characters because they're cool. I honestly like, but a lot of them were picked before. I was indecisive for a day, so by the time I chose, 20 of them had already been picked, and like the 10 of those were in my list. So it's not my first pick, but I'm happy with this one. I think
But it's not your last.
Yeah.
it's not my last pick.
What?
That's true. That's very true. There's a lot
I
of
mean, dude,
Capcom
you're killing
characters.
it. I think
Yeah,
everyone's
come
just
on.
kind of like all in admiration of what you've
Yeah,
created so
so
far in
cool.
such a short time. It's really, really
Well,
cool.
oh my god, I'm glad.
Beautiful.
We haven't
Somebody
actually
asked us, dude,
spoken
calm
about
down.
what Danny's making. Danny, you're
Yes.
making. Do you want to reveal it?
Yeah, so I'm making Evil Ryu. But I'm
Ooh.
gonna be honest. So Adrian snagged Akuma, who's like the best option, and I just was like, okay, Evil
Goddamn
Ryu's got
right,
some
dude. Mine
vibes
now.
to
Yoink.
Akuma. But I can show you what I'm doing. There's like no concepts of freaking like Evil Ryu anywhere. Like he's like not a known character. So what I'm doing instead is I'm making just Ryu, and I'm gonna basically just do the palette swap myself. So
Whoa.
we're still kind of like working on the sculpt, blocking things out. It's starting to get to like a better state now, but I'm just trying to make a Ryu that feels a bit more like torn up and aggressive, basically, and then I'll do the color swap at the end. Which I have to also pick what I'm gonna take from the Evil Ryu because I feel like his palette is almost like a little weaker in some ways.
Oh,
He's got
that's
this,
a
like,
pure ref and a half.
He's got this like purple gi with the red hair and like the glowing eyes, right? And just something about this feels less strong compositionally to me than classic Ryu from like because these gloves are red and the hairband's red, so like there's good like color balance, right? But this is like very like neutral mid-tone, so we'll see. Like a lot of this so far has been trying to figure it out, and because he's not a like beloved character, I don't have as much ref to work from. There's just infinite ref of this freaking guy. Like Akuma is like the one everyone loves. So I'm just stealing so much Akuma ref. I'll be honest with you.
Shadow Akuma.
Can you go back
Handsome
to
guy.
your? Yeah, I haven't actually seen him yet. This is incredible, man.
Wow,
This is for the
wow.
last 3 days.
Wow.
Right.
Gorgeous. You're so fast.
Because look, I'm fast when I know what I want to build. The problem is I have to know what I want to build, and I haven't known that, right? I did a lot of sculpts heading up where I was trying to figure out what I wanted to achieve and was testing out different technologies, right? Where I was just doing speed sculpts of like, what the frick does buff anatomy look like, right? Like, how do I want to approach things like the topology on the face? Do I want it to be dense, not dense, whatever, right? And I've just been going through test after test after test, trying to figure out like what the vibe is.
So you just picked like a concept or a character you really liked.
Because I know you guys all make fun of me a
just
little bit
tried it
for all,
out?
like the speed sculpts. Street Fighter characters specifically.
Mm.
We'd
Because
never make fun
so-
of you.
Yeah, what?
Street Fighter has this like particular like realistic grungy style that is not my thing. Like I don't like how default Street Fighter looks like at all. So because I don't like the default source material, it's trying to figure out then how do I make them something I actually like, right?
Mm.
And then that's been the question. That's been going back and forth of figuring out like, do I want to push proportions? Do I want to do something super cartoony, right? Where we have like massive hands and feet? Like, do I want to do VFX? Do I want to like do a very anime faces or very realistic faces? And also the posing has been challenging as well because a lot of them are in this what's called horse stance in martial arts, which is like very wide legs, very like grounded. It's inherently boring in a lot of ways, in my opinion. So it's about how do we make a martial art pose that has excitement and flow that is interesting to look at, and then what's the execution that I want? Because there's a very big difference between like the idea and energy that you want. Like this is an energy concept, right?
Mm.
Where it's like, who knows how you do the execution, but there's a vibe here. You feel it when you look at it, right? So I have a lot of these vibe concepts where I want to get a vibe, but then I have my execution concepts, which are things like, okay, how do I actually want to execute? Like, how do I want to actually build this character? And it's balancing those two elements right now to kind of find a middle ground between something that has vibe and has good execution. So we'll see where we land. As of now, I'm still trying stuff and I'm not totally sold on every aspect of this, but right now we have something that I at least don't hate. And I've already started planning out things like my VFX, which I know is going to be removed in the final composition, but I'm going to be honest, I can't help myself. So I'm just starting to
Oh.
plan out like, how do I want to present this for my kind of final posts? Because there's the
Mhm.
group
How to
render
look
and then there's also personal, So
Yeah.
Crazy.
Gorgeous.
Wow,
I have a question for you, Dani.
Pop off, Victor.
I feel like you have the opposite problem in me where my character is very, very like boring and simple, but you have a lot of noisiness in the concept with the hair, the clothes that are ripped off and everything. Do you find that to be a challenge, and are you trying to balance that, or has that not been an issue?
So the concept I'm using as my kind of core is this one. In this
Mm-hmm.
case, because he's evil Riley, he does have more chaos. Like we're tearing the gi, we're like we've got fraying on all the materials, all these kinds of things. I don't think I have a problem with recognizability like you. Like I do think his design is iconic enough, most people will get it.
Mm.
Until I color palette swap and make him evil. And then I think it's possible he starts to just look like a Kuma. So that's kind of why I have to figure out
Hey, don't
how to
yoke my
not
challenge,
make
dude.
him look the same. You know what I mean? Which I'm still not sure I'm gonna do. I kind of feel like the thing is their evil Ryu has monstrous element, like sharp teeth and stuff. I'm kind of thinking maybe I don't do that. And I just make him look like evil human. Because then Adrian is doing very like monstrous approach with Akuma. So it's like
Oh, spoilers.
monster versus have you not shown yours yet? Come on now. With the OG. Come on now. Monstrous level versus like the highest evil a human can achieve. You know what I mean? Like those are the two different vibes I'm trying to get. Like he's still human. He's just
Like rage
Mm.
in
exactly
powered. Yeah. That's so cool. What a good concept too. And yeah, you for sure have the really nice silhouette going on. It looks really
Yeah.
But I'm getting like
It's
Daniel Defoe
beautiful.
vibes from his face. It's weird. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Something
Well,
that I've
oh, see,
noticed,
Annette-
like similar for both of you actually, is that you plan what the final thing will be quite early. You don't refine until much later. Is that something you would recommend to people who usually think of the art process as quite linear, I guess?
double
Are we
question.
talking about recommended within production or not production? Those are two very different things.
I guess speak
Because
about
the
both
thing
if you
is-
want to. Yeah.
Let's hear what Victor says first. Otherwise, I'm going to get on the tangent and start yapping.
What? Well, I mean, in production, it is good to work faster and cleaner for that reason. But I mean, for personal art, any process goes, whatever you're comfortable with. And the way I sculpt is definitely not industry standard for sure, but it works for me, and I think that's just what's important. And also, your sculpting process evolves over time, so whatever works is what I think. What do you think, Danny? You got probably more thoughts about this than I do.
I think it's an interesting point though, because I think me and you're the first person I've met who has a similar sculpting process to me, actually. Because I
Twins.
don't sculpt
Twinsies.
like the industry standard, you know. But you also kind of think about the big shapes first. You hammer out like the big gesture with the tube forms. Like we have similar brush approaches and everything. It's one of the reasons I'm really studying you and trying to watch your approach, because you do kind of like what I do. But like better. Does that make sense? So it's
Yeah, that
like
makes sense.
I'm hoping to understand like how you keep things so clean so early, because it's like we're already so close, you know.
Mm.
Um,
Twinsies.
Twinsies.
So close.
can't
And I want to know how
see-
you do VFX and lighting. Teach me.
Mm.
I'm watching you
That's
too.
all
Yeah, me
this
too,
button
me
work,
too.
dude. There's like
I'm just
easy.
watching.
I'm just pointing from the shadows, knocking on the door, asking for
I'm
updates.
just sitting in the corner watching.
Absolutely.
Your
Wow,
question about
crazy.
production versus non-production, though, it literally just comes down to somebody has to drive the final art direction of like the piece, right? Like somebody has to plan how it all comes together. In production, that's your art director. In personal work, that's you, right? And if you are somebody who's worked on like productions and you're thinking about your final piece as a whole project, not as a sculpt, then that's the reason that I approach it the way that I do, because the sculpt is again only part of it. As soon as we render that sculpt, it becomes 2D. Like we're making a 3D sculpt, but we're not making a game. I don't have an inherent 3D medium to view this. We're basically creating a composition in a 2D image at the end of the day. So I'm just planning for that art direction from the beginning, because we're basically basically an illustration. It's like a hyper advanced illustration that lets you take multiple shots of it. So I kind
But
of
to
view
be
it that
fair,
way.
Danny, most of your stuff is usually like an animation, right? With like VFX and stuff like that. So
Yep.
I guess you kind of push the 3D vibe into your models usually, right? So like present that it's actually a 3D model and it's got the flippily blookly kind of vibe, you know?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I do that, because if I didn't do that, it'd just be a 2D image, right? Like that's the thing. Like you have to demonstrate this is 3D in a way that's meaningful. And
Mhm.
also, when you plan animation, you have to plan the features you want ahead of time. Like if I want a limb to do something or I want clothes to behave a certain way, I have to build all that before I get to the animation part of the pipeline. So it's all kind of like one spaghetti mess for me personally.
And we love spaghetti. Pretty good. Pretty good
Mm.
stuff.
Pasta's
You're out here
delicious.
with the deep wisdom. We love spaghetti.
I'm just being honest here, you know what I mean? I'm doing a little Victor.
We're being honest. Yup.
No, crazy good scope. Wow.
I have so
Impressive.
much
Can you
freaking
zoom in a little bit, like a little bit on the muscles and the clothes? I'm curious because you do like really like it's not clean, but from a distance it just looks so. It just
Well,
works. Now,
big shapes, you know what I mean?
that's what I mean. It
Mhm.
just looks so. Yeah.
What are you
So
curious about? Like the
No, it's
arms,
just
superb.
or like the
yeah,
pecs,
yeah.
like
Just whatever
Dude.
you're doing right now, I like that.
What have you prioritized here? Like all the questions you were asking yourself in the previous sculpts, what have you taken from them to try and inject into this one?
Well, okay, so this, believe it or not, is a Frankenstein of a lot of other previous sculpts. Like these feet are actually from the kin model I did. I just am reusing that element because I did not like this sculpt. There's a lot of things I really hated about this, but I did think that the feet were relatively successful. So I'm just reusing that element. And then I also found certain things I liked about like the cloth workflow. Dude, this is my first time using the cloth brushes inside of Blender and like trying to figure out how to actually make those work for me. Because before I always just viewed them as like a simulation thing where you just click and let it simulate. But I'm learning now how to like mask stuff properly. And instead of using it as a simulation brush, using it as a brush that creates overlaps. Because in 3D, we're not dealing with a real surface, right? So a surface will just be like this. If we want this type of action where we have a surface overlap itself to create this kind of crevice, it's super hard to do in 3D. It's like very difficult unless you're polymodeling. Cloth brushes, forget the cloth aspect. What they do is they make the surface react to itself. So if I grab this point here and I push it, it will automatically start to roll up and double up over itself. It's the only brush, I had never realized this, it's the only brush in 3D that actually behaves like I'm working on a physical sculpture in real life, opposed to displacing a surface, which is the default behavior for 3D. It's going to have a huge part of my workflow moving forward because there's no other brush that behaves like that. Like I'm using it for facial wrinkles now. I'm using it for like clothes. I'm using it just for like modeling in general. It's crazy. It's underrated brush. That's all I'm saying. Massively.
Shadow Blender.
No,
Shout
it's in
out.
The
ZBrush
Blender
too.
uses.
They stole it. They stole it, dude. It's in ZBrush too. It's just not a
You'd be
feature
stealing.
Oh.
as artists we use.
Blender steals. Guys, remember that?
I
Got it
find it so
backward.
interesting because in some of the other videos, we were going over like hidden brushes in ZBrush that Adrian and I hadn't even heard of, but the person had used them like quite a lot, or they was quite surprised that we hadn't even heard of them. And I didn't know these kind of cloth brushes existed. I don't know, Victor, if you have any of your favorite kind of brushes that you kind of rely on, or things that you couldn't live without.
IMM Train. That's the best one.
Oh my god, the
Matt.
OG,
Oh, I
dude.
love
Day one.
trains.
I think some of my favorite brushes, I would say the Geo brush. Some of the orb brushes are wonderful. Actually,
Classic.
I can show them on my screen.
Yeah, let me jump over.
I think it should show ZipBrush.
There
Yes.
is.
Yes. Okay. The Geo brush.
Ooh. A
It's
little
always a good one.
Bluefco tutorial. That's a rare, guys.
Orb
rest one.
Extreme. Yeah, it's never gonna happen again. Orb Extreme Polish. That one is wonderful for getting really nice flat planes. This one, Trim Dynamic. I use it instead of the smooth brush.
Wait, what was this one? What was this one called?
This one.
Yeah.
MAH Cut Mech A. I don't know where I got it from, but it's pretty good.
This is one of them that
Okay,
we saw previously.
Yeah,
actually.
that looks similar to Emily's one, right?
It is. It is
Yeah.
same.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, it's a good one. I think I learned about it when I was working on Apex, and I had to do some hard surface stuff. I think that
Oh.
was it's kind of perfect
Wow.
for doing.
So what do you use it
Anyways.
for mostly?
I think I'm not even sure. Have I even used it on this? I kind of mostly replaced it with the Geo
Top
brush.
tier advertisement. Very nice.
The Geo brush.
It's
is
just that, dude. It
best.
makes them feel good.
And did you say
Absolutely.
you use
Okay.
Trim Dynamic instead of Smooth?
Honestly, a lot of the times, yes, because you know how most of my sculpts have this you can still see the clay buildup stuff on it. What having
Yeah.
like using clay buildup, Trim Dynamic instead of smooth kind of retains more of the flow that I sculpted. So that's why I use it a lot.
Oh.
But you know, I don't
Yeah,
think I
you
have
also
any
do this
more brushes.
thing. You do this thing also where you mask, and then basically you do a mask, and then you do a polish within that mask to preserve your planes, which is something I hadn't really
Yes.
seen before. That was really interesting because it isolates the planes of the face and creates this really strong readability, and it's very clean.
Mask
So like that's
glass
something
is
I've
the
noticed.
best.
Yeah, but mask glass so
Oh.
polish is like just really smart for like refinement, right? In like a clean way.
I can't.
Because
sculpt
smooth
with my
loses so much
mouse.
detail. Smooth is terrible. Smooth it mushes your mesh, right? So
Yeah,
this
pretty
approach preserves
Mesh
your
musher.
planes while letting you polish, right?
Yep.
Mesh musher,
Musher.
very much.
Yeah, so the trim dynamic stuff to just do that, and then a bit of orb polish. This is just kind of it's perfect for me. It just works very well. But I mean, whatever works for you as
Wow.
well.
This is how you do good scopes in like 2 minutes, dude. Now I get it. This is the trick.
2 minutes?
GG's, guys.
No, you. No, you're the one
I mean,
that goes fast.
It's funny how you
Bit
come
of
full
a-
circle though, right?
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Please.
I was going to ask, since we're in ZBrush, do you mind if we take a cheeky look at Pheonix's face and hair?
Oh,
Yes,
sure.
show us the sculpt.
I mean,
Let's
it's
go.
not it's not looking
Let's go. Good call,
super-
Jess. Good call.
That's looking super crazy right now because I haven't worked on it in a week. But
And after, can I have a little zoom in on the flowers, dude? What the heck is going on there? That looks cool.
this,
Oh my god.
the flowers. This is just.
Wait, that was too
fucking
fast on the
cake.
face. Go back on the face.
Okay. I mean, the hairline it looks like that right now. I don't think it's gonna be final. Like I look at it from other, it doesn't work from everywhere.
No, but still, it's still so cool.
I
man.
was
Is that
mostly working on the body
symmetrical?
lately. The face,
The hair.
the hair is mostly symmetrical right now, except those strands here and this one there.
So are you working with it with like local symmetry? Or are you like having it in a different file and then posing it?
I am working with my favorite tool ever. It's a stager, but it sometimes breaks. So whenever you have like this one, whenever you have a face or something that's like in a weird pose, you can just set a stager in geometry, stager, and then you can swap.
Whoa.
But you can also go
Hmm.
from all to home stage, all to target stage. So I just go to target stage, and now I got my my symmetry back on.
I've never
on all
seen this
these things.
before. So it kind of saves the position for it to go to. Oh, he looks
Whoa!
great. Whoa.
It saves so then you can just sculpt it a bit and then have it back. And this works very well
Wow.
because sculpting a face when it's like crooked is just way more difficult. So just having it like this and then being able to go back is cool.
I'm going to be stealing that.
Yeah.
That's a nice tip.
It is. Oh, the
That's a nice
travel
pose.
body.
It looks like he just
So-
threw a basketball and now he's like
Yeah,
staring
exactly.
at the time. So he didn't look when he threw the
But like in a
basketball.
majestic way
Yeah.
too. Because he just like
Yeah, he
bent
threw
it.
that basketball. Swoosh.
Amazing. Damn.
You thought I
That's
couldn't
so
make this
good.
shot? I'm gonna make eye contact with you. Foosh.
Not even looking at it, yeah. So, you know. That's
Real-time
kinda how
basketball?
it is.
It's interesting how it goes circle though, right? When we're talking about the brushes, it's like you start out in the beginning and artists tell you brushes don't matter. Like it's all about the foundational art, right? And you kind of accept this and you get better and you like grind and you get better at sculpting and you realize I need 3 brushes that are just like basic brushes, right?
Mm.
And then you start to get more advanced again. I feel like you start to come back around where you're like,
Like
I have very right? It's like I have very
Yeah.
niche specific things I need my mesh to do. And I can do it with the basic brushes, but it just takes too long. Like it's too hard.
That's
So
true,
then you
that's
come
true.
back around and you're like, oh wait, there's this brush that does this exact little shape. It saves me all this time. So it's
Mhm.
like you go as a starter, you're like, what brush do you use? And the people are like, it doesn't matter. And then you become senior and you're like, what brush do you use? And they're like, I got the brush for you, my brother. Right? It shouldn't be a crutch, but it's a good
That
tool.
is so true.
Right? That's all
I
I'm
remember
saying.
when Geo came out, like Geo Soft Forms brush, and everyone was using it. It was to the point, it doesn't even
Mhm.
matter if like, oh, I don't use brushes or anything. Everyone uses Geo Soft Forms.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I wanted
think-
to ask
really
as well,
think-
just really quick, sorry.
Oh,
I saw
sorry.
you
Go ahead.
go to like a set pose on the top of your UI. How did you do that?
A set pose. on
Like a
top of my
set
UI.
camera angle.
Oh, of course. Yeah, every time I mention this feature, people don't know about it, but it released in like 2022, I think. So it was like
Yeah,
the last
Jess.
update before the swap. Whoa, I was trying to finish. You didn't know about this either, Adrian. I told you the other day.
What you mean? No. This is not documented.
Well, it's under draw, and under draw you have at the complete end, you have store cam, so you can like go at any angle, and just go under doc. No, where was it? Under draw, and then you store it. But you can also like any. I don't have my. Okay, any like focal length you have, we'll save it as well, which that's pretty nifty. And then you store that, you can name it whatever you want, and then you can just go between
Wow, that's
those things,
awesome.
and it keeps all the info. But the thing that's cool about it compared to some other ways to save cameras is those are actually cameras. So when you export as FBX, you can export those cameras. So I can export them and render in Marmoset with that
Cross
exact
software
Same
angle.
views.
copy.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, which is kind of what I did to do a test render. This is the same angle I was showing.
Whoa! I
Wait,
haven't
zoom
seen
in and I haven't seen
this.
this.
All right,
Wait.
GG's.
Enhance.
Why are you
No, no, no,
running?
no, no, no,
Go
no,
back!
Right there.
Why are you
This is
running? Zoom.
That's the idea.
Oh my god.
Backstage.
So we'll see.
That's what it feels
I
like.
don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do challenge anymore. Just
Backstage.
Oh
Get ready
my
for this. No,
God.
Adrian.
Yeah, I'll quit with you, man. You want to go watch some
What is
get some
happening?
popcorn, sit on the side.
Wait,
Oh my
zoom in
god.
on his face more. Enhance the face.
enhance.
Yeah, the eyes are not a different color, so it looks weird. This is my theory.
No. It's not about that. Like zoom in more, because what I'm curious
Whoa.
about. Maximize. Okay, back a little bit.
Is that
back
good?
a bit.
That's the
Okay.
one. That's the
Okay.
one.
I need like hand controls, so I like zzz, zzz, you know what I mean?
Like an
Just wait
iPad.
5 more years.
This is also one of the reasons you want to start planning early, right? Because when you light your model, it's like all bets are kind of off. Like it's freaking different, right? A matte cap is designed to give you omnidirectional like shadows and highlights. It's made to make your 3D pop.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't work in rendering. Rendering uses
does
this
not.
lighting, right? You would have to either recreate matte cap conditions with your lights, or the thing I've started doing recently is I take a matte cap and use it as my base material and then just make it so that it can be lit, like with actual
Mhm.
lights. And I'll build material on top of the matte cap, which helps a lot.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I was especially looking at Valentin Herbuch's tutorial recently of
Oh, my favorite.
Spider Gwen. He pretty much used a lot of matte caps in a shader on top to simulate specularity, so he can actually
Yes,
draw
yes.
the actual matte cap. So I think using matte caps with lighting is like a good a good way to
It's
like combine everything.
and it made things look so good for so cheap. Like that stuff runs on
Mhm.
like freaking like a phone from the 2010s, but it looks like premium. It's crazy.
Yeah, and you can really do anything. Like Leslie, I don't know how to say his last name. Leslie, my lead is
Van den Broek.
he Van den Broek, yeah. He uses a lot of, like, for example, if you're trying to do zombie eyes and you want that texture to move around with the camera, using it like a matcap type of shader is really cool because you can
Mhm.
actually paint those eyes. Camera moves around and like the light follows wherever you're moving the camera. So I think, yeah, that's a great trick.
Yep.
I might try to do that for something.
But back to your scope, Victor. Fuck you, dude. Why did you not share this before? This looks so good, man. Oh, it's
And just like that,
smoked.
the program got not family friendly.
Yeah, dude.
That
Hey.
is crazy.
Why did you not show this before? This is insane, man.
I'm not sure. I
no.
just did it recently. It was a quick test. It's nothing crazy. I don't know if it's the final idea, because for example, for the group composition, there's not gonna be the frame. So I don't know if it'll even make any sense, that type of lighting. But
The group
sorry I didn't show it
composition
before.
is the
Yeah, it's
most
okay. I'll forgive
unique and challenging thing, man. Like what the frick? It's so
Mm.
hard to visualize a group composition. I don't know what the final like anything is.
For us
Like, I have
too.
an average
Yeah.
pose, like,
you.
and you have so many vibes that you're trying to mash together. Like it's kind of an insane suicide mission, and honestly, so I'm curious
Yeah,
to
we'll see
see
how it
how
happens.
this works out.
I mean,
If
for
not, they're just gonna
Hades,
be a. Yeah.
Hades was a lot easier because everyone's kind of in the same style. We got set poses. We
We're
know
all
what
just
we're working
logging at the
with.
camera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. This one, I think we're definitely gonna have to play around with a few iterations. And I mean, compromise isn't the best thing, but just to have everyone in one render, we're probably gonna have to cut a few corners here and there. We'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
how Victor's feeling about it. I'm focusing more on my personal presentation just because the lack of control in the group one. Like, I want it to
Yeah.
look good there, right? But like,
And
thinking
again,
about
like
how I want to
there's so
present
many
this.
characters. I feel like it's hard to like you still want to focus on your presentation, right? Because your character is probably going to be like the biggest thing on the poster. If we have like 30 people almost competing, doing collaboration. My bad.
Collaborating. Yep.
My bad.
Nothing
So
to
yeah,
win.
basically,
Nothing to win. Yeah.
nothing to it apart from fame.
Nothing
Yeah,
to lose.
basically that's it. But yeah, it's
Um,
probably a good idea to do your own presentation. Yeah, I'll do the same.
I mean, for me, I'm kind of thinking about both of them. I think I'm gonna try to work on this current version of it without all the props in a frame, just because that's the most important part. If the sculpt looks good, just like this, then in the group render it's gonna be nice. But then for my personal one, I'm just gonna add the stuff. So I think it's a good idea to do it like like an additive thing, because then like
Hmm.
it's just gonna match for both the presentations, I think. But we'll see. I have many other ideas of composition, so I'm still exploring. Yeah, we'll see how much time
Yeah,
I
I
spend
think
on
it's kind of
those.
nice that it's focused on this is a character sculpt, it's a character model, and all the props and composition, everything is just supporting it and pushing,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
you know, the vibe.
That's right.
So I'll see, and he's gonna look the other way around as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, don't forget about that, Victor.
There we go.
Oh, pretty.
Can-
Whoa.
Suspicious.
So yeah, of course.
So I guess
It's
that's your next move, right, Victor? To I guess work a little bit more on the scope and try to make it look like what's your next steps, I guess, when it comes to the challenge?
Right now, currently, I'm working on just fleshing out the body, because I don't know, that was not a great idea, but I blocked out this body in pose, so all the proportions are off. So right now I put it back in A pose, and I started just working on the sculpt. It doesn't look like super good right now. Where is it? But I don't like this one. But I just started blocking this out, so then I can put it back in the pose, and then it just flesh out the face, and especially the clothes, which are going to be difficult because I'm used to sculpting clothes when they're sitting on the body, but if he's putting on a shirt, I think this is going to break my brain a little bit.
That's a GG's,
Um,
yeah.
So I think those are my next steps, honestly, to just figure out and lock in those things.
Beautiful.
And then the rest of the composition, that's going to be latest as possible, because I want to put more time on what's going to be for the group render than what's going to be for my personal piece, of course.
I'm
Beautiful.
super excited,
yeah.
man. I mean,
Yeah,
it was
I'm
such
so
an
happy.
honor, first of all, to like have
Yep.
you both take part, but to see it get so far along and also watch your
Oh.
process through it, it's like really, it's such an honor, man.
And thank you for organizing. I love it. I'm happy to participate.
Has been
Okay, so
stressful for you, Victor, because you have a job. I mean, you work full time as an artist, and you're doing this now on top of that. So, how are you feeling about like that aspect? I mean, it's fun to collaborate, but how are we feeling?
I think stressful, sure, but it's not close enough to the deadline for me to be very anxious about it. So right now I'm
Let me get
mostly
back to you in 2
chilling.
weeks.
Yeah, I think in 2 weeks it's I'm gonna have to lock in for real. But for now
Yeah.
it's like I'm okay. It's like it's going well. I think because mostly like I mean it doesn't look amazing right now, but it's the things that
get
I
out of here.
wanted it to be.
Sorry,
The things
my
that I
bad.
the things that I wanted it to be are kind of locking in, so I'm kind of happy that it works. The idea I had in my head that it kind of just functions, but I think I got places I could push it, and I hope that's gonna work out for the end. It's gonna polish properly. We'll see. But yeah,
I think
Wow.
there's
I'm happy for now.
Yeah, I think there's a couple things that are really interesting about this challenge as a whole. Like, what is happening here? First of all, we have a lot of working professionals participating. That's kind
Yes.
of interesting already because working as an artist in the industry is already freaking time consuming. I work weekends often. I know a lot of other people put in a lot of overtime hours to try to meet their own deadlines, right? And now we're putting more work on top of that. Like that's crazy. That's one of the reasons a lot of times you see artists when they become pro, they kind of disappear off the internet. Like
Mm.
it's just not easy to do both at the same time. So that's already pretty unique. But I also
We're
think
just
it's
crazy
interesting
like this.
because oh, please go ahead.
No, I just said we're just crazy like this. That's why we do it,
Are we just crazy
Out of
like
our
this? Okay.
minds.
Insightful, but
know.
it's also interesting, right? Because I feel like as I'm hanging out with people and as they're sculpting on stuff, what's driving people to get better is as we have all these artists in one space, not necessarily working on the same project, but working just around each other and we see each other's processes. It's actually showing us individually how bad we are, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Which sounds really weird, right? Like that doesn't sound like a positive learning experience, but legitimately a big part of me redoing this again and again and testing out these new technologies, which I haven't done for years, even though I've wanted to, is because Adrian does something and I'm like, dang, I'm not on this level, right? Or Victor does something, I'm like, dang, I'm not on this level, right?
And vice
Like
versa.
it's an
Trevor?
inherent pressure. Do you see what I'm saying? That's being introduced to these people that shows your weaknesses and is reframing those weaknesses as something that you can improve on and collaborate with people on to, you know, to grow your skills. Like there's
Mm.
multiple things that Victor's collaborated with me on already to improve my workflow. He helped me move some brushes basically from ZBrush to Blender, and he also
Oh,
helped me move
cutie.
some remeshing tech from ZBrush to Blender, right? Like this inherent process of artists talking to each other and realizing our own deficits and improving from others around us. It's kind of refreshing to see this kind of grind in the industry now where there's like all this AI material, all this other kind of stuff happening. It's refreshing to have collaboration and stress, but like in a good way where
I
we're
really
kind of
appreciate that.
elevating each other. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah.
I really,
I
really
Which I don't know if
appreciate
most of you
that.
guys were planning with this as a
Mm.
side note. Like, I don't know if this was the thought process. If you're just like, I want to flex on some noobs, let's do a challenge so I can like
Maybe
flex on
Adrian,
some
maybe.
people.
Hey.
Adrian would do that.
What's
No,
going on?
it was sort of like a happy accident, to be honest. I think we all felt a little bit of that collaboration feeling, like and seeing the behind the scenes of people's work when we did speed sculpts. And it was like a very, very small window into, oh, so that's how you do this. Maybe I'm like doing it the wrong way all along. And I think it does come from a lot of us work remote and you miss a lot of the hidden tips and tricks that you usually would get in studio when just standing behind someone watching them work on a computer.
Hustle
And
lurking
yeah, right? I mean, that's what kind of this challenge is. Like the whole essence of it
a
is
little bit,
to
yeah.
um stop this like misleading element that everyone just produces perfect work because that's all you see on their portfolios on the final piece. But really behind of it is like months and months of iterations and feedback and the mental strain of having a month-long project. Um, and yeah, I think it is really nice that there is that light pressure in a way. Not I mean, I think some people have also seen it as comparison, which can,
Yep.
can go either way. But reframing that and being able to use it as an opportunity to learn is what I'm really aiming for, and I'm glad that that's come across.
Well, there's two things. I think one, it's really important to acknowledge when Adrian posts something that looks sick and I realize I'm not at that level, it doesn't feel good, right?
Mm.
It
Like
pisses me off.
it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how many like how much stuff you've worked on or whatever. Because I've been doing this a long time, right? I've shipped like multiple games. Like I've done a lot of stuff, but it doesn't matter. Like you forget all that when someone posts something that's so much better than you, and you feel like I can't attain this. It feels like crap. But it's really important to then take a step back and evaluate and be like, but I can do better, right?
Yeah.
Not in like a self-deprecating kind of way, but like this person is also here working on stuff, and I can also make an effort to try to expand and get
Yeah.
better, right? That's what
And
the
also
industry is about.
Adrian
at the
is
end of the
right
day.
there, like to ask
Yeah.
and
Spam him
to rip
questions.
down for exactly. And you
Rip me,
can see all
please.
this
Rip
whole
down.
process through it.
Yep.
Mm.
Bunch of
it's-
cute. CC, dude.
Yeah,
I just wanted to say, I just wanted to say, by the way, that for me it's also another thing that it's not like I get like sad. It's also good to have someone that is like better than you, because it like makes me want to grind more in a way, if you know what I mean. Like it's not more like, oh, I'm like worse than someone else. It's more like I look at them, it's like, oh, art is so good because I can always like improve. So it's like, oh, what is he doing? And I can yank that from Victor, everything he knows, and then put in my work, you know what I mean? Or like Dani's VFX, boom shakalaka animations, put in my work, you know what I mean? So it's all good because you can like constantly like level up. And I love that about art.
Yeah.
And it's cool that you have that mindset, but it's important to just acknowledge it doesn't always feel good. It's very easy to be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, I love
No, for sure, for
comparing my work and growing, but it's like, nah, it feels like crap sometimes.
Yeah, like Victor showed the render right now. I'm not gonna work today. I'm a little bit depressed, not gonna lie.
Dude, so many like side things have like spawned off this though. Like I'm seeing more people doing speed sculpting. Like it's like once you light that fire of an improvement, like it's like it kind of just runs wild. You know what I mean? You just have to
Yeah.
kind
Oh,
of like shake. things
speaking
a
of
little bit.
running wild, Dani, what's your next steps for your sculpt? I'm curious. What are you gonna be
Oh
doing with
yeah,
your?
please.
Yes. Tell us.
I gotta finish sculpting, man. Like, because I did all those speed sculpts early on, right?
Mhm.
And therefore I'm technically behind quite a bit. This is legitimately about 3 days of work to try to like hammer out something new, and I can't restart anymore. So I need to like make this good. I gotta like polish the anatomy. Like the side isn't done. I gotta do the hand. Like I have to just get the sculpt like good first and make the face not look like William Defoe. And then when we're done, like getting the main sculpt in, I gotta do I'm gonna sculpt out the VFX, and then we're gonna start doing like our like lighting and rendering tests. So for me, it's a pretty like predictable pipeline, to be honest with you. Sculpt it,
Wow.
render it, light it. I'm doing it all in post too, so I'm not doing anything fancy like Victor, where he's like can put it back to a pose. If I do any
Mhm.
animation, I'll probably just rig in position, and I'll like get some secondary animation on top. from
Oh,
there,
dude, you can
do
have
some
the thing where it's like
flopping.
charges like shaking. That'd be sick.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is the thing. I'll look for opportunities to put animation in that doesn't detract from the sculpt, right? Or
Oh,
maybe I'll
yeah,
present
yeah.
it like a figurine. I'm not sure yet. This has been
You never
the
know with
main thing
Dani.
for me.
He's a crazy
We'll
guy.
test.
This is the
Very
problem. I have to
crazy.
like it. If I don't like it, I don't like follow it. You know what I mean? I have to find an energy, and if it's not going to be good, I'm not going to lie to myself. And be like, it'll turn out good. Like I need to see potential. You know what I mean?
I mean,
But
you're
this feels
talking
I
a
can
lot
see it.
about like drawing inspiration and learning from other people. Is there things that you're spotting in other people's sculpts that you kind of want to nail in as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think there's things I want to hypothetically put in this, but as we get closer to the end of the deadline, how much I'm going to be able to steal, because there's like studying and building technique and then literally building your sculpt, and they take time that's individual and don't always overlap. So to be honest, I'm doing speed sculpts with some of these fine folks more regularly, and I'm trying to steal more of their techniques in that environment, and then that makes its way into my main work. But
Mm.
the big thing is I just want it to be clean. You know what I mean? I want something that's kind of clean, and not as clean as Adrian's stuff or as like gestural as Victor's. To me, my key ref right now is actually Daniel Bell, who does
Mhm.
this kind of collectible figurine work. This is the vibe I actually want to target. Like it doesn't have to be
That's hot.
exactly like he does, but like he has this like really cool way of sculpting that's very anatomical and dramatic, and like it's really good. And this is kind of like the key thing I'm kind of targeting from a vibe
The
perspective.
clothes are so cool too. It's like not too like if you show the one on the left, which is I think from like the detail on the cape behind him, like it's so much cool negative
It just
space
feels
and
so
also.
real. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
it's
this feels
so
like
nice.
it's like someone took like a cloth blowing in the wind and like poured epoxy on it or something. Like it feels like a
Exactly.
moment. And things like the face too. Like he's got this super cool balance between like realism and like there's still character in here. You know what I mean? It's not just like
Yeah, and the details too. It's like not too much. It's so nice. Yeah. Wow.
oh, dude,
Can you send me the reference later, please?
or maybe I'll keep it for myself. You know what
Hey,
I mean?
hey,
Screw
hey,
you.
hey.
I have to freaking like get an edge somewhere. But
Dude, you already have an edge. Looks insane. After 3 days, you created this, dude. I hate
Yeah.
you.
no, but I'm
Mhm.
always fast in the beginning, and then refining is where I start to struggle. Like this is always the way
Mm.
it goes. So we'll see if I can stick with it, and not we'll see if I can. I will stick with it, but it's gonna be painful.
It'll
You got
be
this.
Yeah, we love
beautiful.
pain.
You got
We love
this.
pain, baby. No pain, no gain.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen to that. Wow.
I'm going to switch back to our full camera views. And I guess thank you both for your time. Do you have any closing statements, things you want to say about the challenge?
Inspirational quotes or something?
Yeah. I guess
No.
any
Victor, I'm gonna
messages
let
for
you
your
go first
fellow
if you want.
challengers?
Exactly.
Say something inspirational. Say something deep.
Exactly.
Shock
Oh, you
me.
got it.
All the millions of people that are gonna watch this.
Oh yeah, the trillions of people. Oh my
Yes, sir.
god, I'm stressing now.
Oh my gosh, you're actually
Um,
flushing.
No, I'm not.
Let him lock in.
Thank you for organizing this challenge. I'm really happy to take part of it. All three of you are amazing artists. I'm really glad to be doing this alongside you. It's super cool, and also I can't wait to see where your sculpts go, and fucking yeah, that's my inspiration. I don't know what else
We
to
love
say.
you, Victor.
Oh,
Not
Yacht and Dani. All of them. All of them.
Your
monks.
turn, Danny.
You're going real freaking wholesome with it. Like, I'm gonna flip the other direction.
bad.
Adrian, frick you for pressuring me to join this competition. I haven't slept in 4 days. Like, screw
Let's
you.
go.
Sculpt
That's what I
looking
love to
great.
hear.
You're making me feel terrible
Evil
every day.
Adrian, yeah.
I hate all of you.
Thank you,
I'll never
sir.
do this again. Oh my gosh.
Let's go. It's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you so much for joining
Yeah.
again. You're
Really
absolutely
appreciate it.
Thank you so
ghosted.
much for your time.
Thank you for your time. All right.
Thank you so much,
See you in the
guys.
next one.
Bye.
Bye.
See you in the next one, guys.
Peace.
Bye bye.
Bye.